Alright, so I'm trying to do something I normally don't do. I'm not like super tech savvy when it comes to software. So, I hit this Sunlu printer here, and it's running an older firmware, Merlin 2.0. And there's actually a SD card in the back of the display. But anyway, what I'm trying to do is do like I did on the other one, where you flash a bin file to it through the port in the front. And so basically on Sunlu's website, the information is all here, and they instructed me to a degree on some of it. Let's see, so on their website here, it says Marlin source code 2.0, firmware version 3 v1.0016.3 or something or whatever. Anyway, it's a higher number than mine is. Update Marlin from 2.0 to 2.1 version, fix temperature fluctuation problem, logical arrangement, material heat break and plug, optimize, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I had clicked and downloaded this one. But there's another one, which makes it confusing. Let me see if I back out of this page here. Which is these two, under the S9. Marlin.ino 8-bit S9 version 1.0. And that is a hex file. I guess there's a way to flash a hex file through Kira, maybe? I'm not 100% sure about that. But when I flashed the firmware on the Pyramid, I used the bin file, and I used it on the SD card, and I used the Balena etcher. So this one here is a different file than this one. Don't know why, but anyway. So right now, I'm transferring from one SD card to another one to store it, because my stupid computer here has no storage left. Anyway, once that's done, I'm going to attempt to try and do this, and I'm not sure if it's going to work or not. Worst case scenario, I brick the printer, contact Sunlu and say, what do I do? Wait days for a reply, something like that. It's an interesting printer. It's got an 8-bit board in it. We've looked at it earlier today, because one of the fans was making some noise, and I just opened it up and I sprayed a little lube in it, and everything's all good. So, anyway, the 8-bit board is missing plugs for the Z-axis limit switches. Doesn't use them, but they're available on the board. Anyway, I was thinking maybe at some point, if I can't get this the way I want it, I'll just build my own printer out of that printer. I'll go get some other board, I'll get some other display, and I'll build it, and then I'll run, hopefully, Clipper on it, and I'll go from there. So, I'm not 100% sure that that's a good idea at this point, but I like to play around with stuff, so I can see that happening, because I don't really need the printer. It's large build volume, but really, really slow. Good quality. So, anyway, the Sunlu T3 actually has a 32-bit board. So, I don't know what to do with this crap, but, like, you know, I'm not sure if this is the way to do it. When I look at the file here, let me just show you guys if I can open it. I'm not sure if I can or not, because I'm in here with it. The file ends up being all of this stuff, and you get, says Marlin, INI, GitHub, blah blah. When I click on hex, and then when I go into hex, well, I can see here, oh, here's a bin file, and the bin file is Marlin INO with bootloader.bin. Now, I don't know if that's just a bootloader and there's nothing else there. And then next to it is another Marlin file. It's just a hex file. And there's another one above it too, also. And then I don't know what these other ones here will be. If I click on them, this folder's empty. Okay. I'm gonna guess that these are all empty. It's not opening. Anyway. No, there is something in that one. Okay. A whole bunch of crap in here, too. It's like, I don't know what this crap is. So it's like Sunlu is just not good about, like, hey, can you just tell me how to update the firmware, update Marlin on this thing? That's all I really want to do. So I'm going to guess that what I'm trying to do is probably not going to work. This is probably, all of this stuff is probably all part of it. I don't know what the GitHub thing is. It's where they generally pull request template. Yeah. Okay, so now let me see if I can find the other file. The other file. Where the hell did the other file go? So the other file is this one. If I can find it, it's right here. Damn it. I know it's been extracted, so I don't know where it is. Okay, could it be this one? Yeah. So it's just the marlin.ino hex file. So I think you can use that to update firmware through Cura. I think you just plug the printer into it. But if you know, leave a comment down below, because I'm not sure. Let's see if it works. Hopefully it works. I didn't install any drivers or anything for the printer either. Firmware. I did see that thing restart. Okay. Close. You can hit the info screen. 100160. I'm not sure if it updated or not. I gotta look and see what the deal is. There's another firmware here. I think that's for the display. So I actually had to use the old version of Cura to do this, because you have to have this printer on here. Let me go here and see what the we'll go to Sunlu's website. Actually, that'd be easier. Its firmware down here is 16.3. The one down here is 1.0016. So I don't know if that's just an in-between version. That was released on 2/12/2023. This other one is newer. And I don't honestly think that we've actually updated that. So I'm going to try here then, is I'm going to go into here, and I'm going to go here and manage the printer. update firmware, and then we'll get into this other file that I downloaded. Not that one. Let me see here. It's gonna be on the drive. I saved it on the drive. Where'd it go? It's on one of these. So I think number 47 is the one. So here we'll click hex, and then I don't know if it's gonna be this one or not, but it's doing something, and we'll see if something changes. But this time, the display didn't flash, and the printer's also not responding. So it's probably not the right one. Let's go ahead and close this, and we have to wait and see. We can get out of this menu. Okay. Quite possible we might have bricked the stupid thing. It definitely stuck there. Alright, so we shut it off and turn it back on, and it's... Is that the screen cracked? No, that's their logo. I was like, whoa! It does look like a cracked screen, doesn't it? Well, it sure does, doesn't it? Alright, so we'll have to flash this again. Okay. Because it's now... Oh no, there's no connection to the printer. Oh boy. Alright, so I'm going to try leaving it off for a while, but yeah, I think I bricked it. So, good thing I don't need this thing. Good Lord. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it off for a minute, and then turn it on. It's doing like its regular routine, but there's nothing there anymore. So I'm suspecting that we screwed this thing up, and so probably the only way to fix it now is probably through a file on an SD card. Alright, so I just learned a very, very painful lesson about Ardrinos. And so I had to use this thing called Xloader and flash the hex file to the Sunlu. I literally bricked this thing. Let's see what version we're on now. So we're on version 1.016.001. Okay, so I was getting ready to have to do something drastic here. I don't know what version I had before, but so what happened was I went on Sunlu's website, and they've got a couple of files on here, and being the new guy here that doesn't know anything about this crap, this is the source code, and it says here, if you read this, It's firmware version 1.0016. Okay. Well, that's exactly what that is. But I was thinking it was 6 with a 3. So number 1, then number 3 is something else here. Firmware modification record. 1 update from Marlin 2.0 to Marlin 2.1 version. And then 2, fix temperature fluctuation problem. 3, logical arrangement and optimization of material and break and plug. 4, optimization of variable definition and naming. 5, function finishing. 6, code alignment. So when you click on this other one down here, this is completely different, but this is the actual like hex file that you need. So when I originally downloaded these, this is huge because it's the source code, so it has more than just this hex file. It's got like all this other crazy stuff. So when you go to this one, it's the 8-bit, and you download it and it's just a hex file. Okay, this other one here, you click on it, and I thought, well, oh, it's version 16.3. Oh, that's even newer because this one came out even later. And then you know, I figured it was an update. So originally I downloaded both of them. I updated through the Cura version that supports this printer. The newer Cura doesn't support it anymore. And I noticed it changed. I don't know. I think it was on version 1.0014 or something like that. Something close to it. Anyway, so I bricked the damn thing. So I'm sitting there all pissed off, watching stupid videos that come up on these videos of these guys, and they're trying to get you to go to this website to pay this other guy for his firmware or something, and just a bunch of crap. So anyway, I started to like look at some other videos, and I was like, okay, so watch this video of a S8 Sunlu, and it showed what the guy was doing. Let me see if I can find it here. So this guy's video right here, Joe Martin MVC. If it hadn't been for him, I wouldn't have figured this out. So he was showing that you need to download this thing called Xloader, and I go to Xloader. I'm like, that sounds familiar. It sounds like an Android thing. Anyway, so you go to the Xloader website and you realize, oh, Xloader. Let me see here. Xloader is a utility program to flash a hex file onto a ATmega 328 or other microcontrollers. So I realized what I had here was an Ardrino 8-bit, and it was the we pull it up here, it's the Mega ATmega 2560. So once I did that, I put that original first hex file in here, and I found my COM port and the baud rate, and this thing had just kind of a lit up screen, but I wasn't sure if it was going to work. It took about 2 or 3 minutes, and then it worked. So that's cool. Let me get this filament out of here that I cut off, because I had to cut off the filament because I couldn't retract it. So, man, what a journey. I'm just so glad I got it fixed. So, there we go. She's heating up. Now, this is not an amazing fast printer, but I think you probably could change this board and go pretty custom with it. I mean, like, you got like the basis of like whatever you need here. You know, you got that, and then you get this crazy filament dryer over here that attaches to it. I mean, like this is it was a really cool idea. They just kind of cut too many corners, I think. But it says it'll print 50 to 100 millimeters a second. If it will print 100, that's actually pretty fast for a big machine like this. So the build volume is 310 by 310 by 400. So, and this bed here actually kind of works okay. I haven't had too much of a problem with it. I had a little bit of curling, but anyway, just super stoked to figure this out. And yeah, so we've got everything updated. A little scare there for a minute.